Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to do another board game unboxing of another game that we backed on Kickstarter. It's a game called the Mining Game. It's a work replacement game, which you're trying to fulfill contracts. Obviously, in mines, you're trying to mine ore and fulfill contracts. It is designed by Joe McClintock and Jason Lyle Steingisser, and it had been released before, but this is kind of like a reiteration of the game as it grew in development. It's by Quick, Simple, Fun Games and Atheris Games. So again, a game that we backed on Kickstarter and we've been anticipating getting. So let me just show you the back here. So, or the mining game. So mine your own business. Love the pun there. As a new century dawns over America and buildings of steel and glass reach skywards, demand for minerals breathes life into the Appalachian mining industry. Savvy investors turn barren overnight as they secure contracts with buyers in New York and Chicago. On the cusps of this new age, you lead a growing mining company eager for success. Direct your workers into the mines, fill orders, and meet the industry's demand, and develop your business to secure your legacy for generations to come. Profit, prosperity, and purchase can only be found in the ore. All right, so that's just the basic summary of the game. It's, as you can see down here, it's for 2 to 5 players, 60 to 90 minutes. I can see it once you get it going. It looks like a little bit of a longer game, I would say, though, in the couple of playthroughs that I've watched. I watched one full playthrough where they played on a virtual tabletop, like Tabletopia or something like that. But I have not watched a full playthrough with the actual game. I watched a couple of overviews, but there aren't really any current videos on them, so we may be doing a video on this sooner. So, all right, 60 to 90 minutes, and its age is 12 and above, so the learning curve, I'd say, is about medium in this. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I've had this sitting on my table, sealed, for my gaming group, and a couple people have made comments on it that it looked interesting and they wanted to check it out, so could be getting to the table fairly soon. Alright, so let's get the box. There you go. Alright, open. So alright, So, as usual, the rule book right on top. Game rules. It's like a fairly thick booklet. So, mind your own business, and then key concepts here, and then worker placement, mines, minerals, and contracts. That's basically what the game's about. Your components. So I know I get some upgraded resources in this. So my resource cubes are going to be upgraded. I'm not sure. I can't remember what else was upgraded. Perhaps the player meeples and everything. I think those are upgraded too. So there's your game board. And examples of different tiles you're going to use depending upon how many players you have. So it looks like this is set up for a 4-player game. And this setup, all the things for the setup right there. And then phase 1, the mines, contracts, commodity market, the building cards. So it looks like everything's laid out fairly well. Some good examples. Mine cage, if you want to go deeper into the mines, you have to go into a mine cage. Same thing with the drill bit. Allows you to, I think a drill bit allows you to skip ahead, I think. Of other people that are already in the mine. So more than one person can go in a mine. And you dig deeper into levels, advanced orders. And then phase 2 is going to be the collection, where you gather your resources, advance your workers, and replace exhausted mines. And phase 3 is the business section. You're going to sell the next row of all contracts, and so forth. So, see the business phase. And it looks like an example here. And then the game end and final scoring. So there's a 2-player variant, which you can use, it looks like. And I'm not sure, but I'd be interested if they're a solo variant, but we'll see. Quick reference guide, so that's always good to have. Not on the back cover, but on the next to last page. But looks like the iconography is fairly straightforward. And a blank page at the end. So yeah, I'm surprised why they have this. Well, I would have put this on the back, but that's okay. As long as it's there, that's what matters. So that is the rule book. So in all, it's like a 13-page rule book. So not too bad. And here we go. So these are tokens here, and these are different ones we're going to punch out. So decent quality. So I don't think we're going to be using. Well, we may be using these. Yeah, so they're okay. They're a little thin, but not bad. And then this is like probably your first player token here. See if I can get the. Apologize for the lighting. I don't know why it's not showing there, but that's your first player token there. That's the back side of it. And then these are your overtime tokens, which are used depending upon the player count. Yeah, so 3 to 4 players or 5 players. Back sides of the tokens here. So it looks like it's got each of your player colors here, the mining hats, and then looks like some type of level. I think maybe a mine cart level or whatever it is. And then these are your drill bits. I know that. Oops, it's our screensaver. It's got a thunder in the background there. Alright, so there's that. And then we get the board here, which I'll show you guys afterward. It looks like a nice board. Love the smell of a new game here. And now all the stuff inside here. So lots of cards. And what do we show you first? I guess we'll show you the resources. These are really cool. So you get a big bag of resources here. So I try to show a little bit of everything. So these are really neat. So it looks like you got your copper right here. Your iron, I would assume. And let me see if I can get the rule book's covered now. But you get all your different resources here. So looks like it's gold. One of these is going to be gold. I'm not sure if that's gold or not. But that's definitely copper. Iron is iron. Oh, I see. And gold. Maybe that's gold right there. That might be gold right there. And let me see if I can find the other types of resources. So, coal and lead. I'm not sure which one that is. So that's one of them. So let me just show you the different 5 colors, and then you can figure it out later. The gold, that's got to be gold. No, it's copper. Anyway, let me find the 5th color here. So we get 5 colors here. So they'll make more sense as we get the game board out and everything. These are your, oh, not 5 here. So I may not have grabbed all of them. Only finding 4 of the colors. I would think there's got to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm only seeing 4 colors here. This one, here. So I don't see any other colors. There's got to be a 5th one somewhere. Or maybe they just look the same. Anyway, but these are nice, really cool. A nice little, I guess they're plasticky, I guess you could say, but they're shapes of ore, which is kind of cool. Always a good thing. So, bag of these. There might be another bag too with the other resource in it. But nice resources there. And then you get your bag of these are probably like your these are cool. Let me take these out. So these are your little workers here. So take these out. So very cool here. So there's your orange one there. Oops, sorry for the camera, I get it facing down there. So there's your orange one there. Your green one. It's got a little pickaxe with them. Maybe get the focus a little bit. Maybe not, but get the idea. And then, so you got orange, green, yellow. Blue, and it looks like black or gray. Gray, I guess you could say. There we go. So there they are right there, all set up. And let's see what we got here. And then you got your, looks like a mining cart here. So I'm guessing this is probably the round marker. Could be wrong, but usually, so that's the round marker there. It's like a little. Alright, so there are your workers in. Looks like you get 1, 2, 3. I think you get 5 of each color. So 4 I think are available in the beginning, and then you can unlock another a 5th worker, and you pay a varying cost. I think the first person to unlock their 5th worker pays the most, and then it goes down from there. So, and then you have your cubes for each player color. So it looks like the gray there. And I think, actually, these represent the resources, I think, too. So these may be the resource tokens that are that come with the game. So we get the upgraded ones, which I showed you earlier. Yeah, there's only 4 of them, but it looks like there's 5 resources, so I'm not sure what the 5th resource would be. So lead, coal. Lead looks like it's blue. Coal looks like it's gray. Copper is, well, copper color. Iron is like a lighter gray, and then gold. Well, coal is close to black, that's right. And then gold will be, well, close to gold. So it looks like the gold's a little off, but. So I'm only seeing 4 of the resources right now. Actually, no, there are 5 of them here. Let's see here. So let me show you the bags here. So if you have the bags. So just to summarize once again, looks like this is your lead right here, which matches lead here. And then be your coal, which is the dark one here. Whoops. And then here. So that's coal. And then you have your copper, which is most likely that one. And then you have your iron, which is the lighter one right here. Oh, so maybe there were 5 in there. I just didn't notice it at first. Yeah, there you go. And maybe that's when I missed that one. Oops. Oops. Let's get on the camera, Eric. And then finally your gold ones right here. So I guess there were 5 in there. I just didn't see them. Alright. So those are your generic cubes. So you get plenty of. So we definitely won't be running out of resources, I wouldn't think. And now the cool part, the cards. So first we'll do the mines and the other stuff just to show you what they look like. And it looks like there's some player aids in here too, possibly. So that's your big thick. Let me readjust that. There we go. Alright, so it looks like I'll undo these. If I can get it open. These don't appear to be very thick, but again, I'm going to be sleeving these, so not a huge deal. So I'll get all the mines separated. So you have your public mines, which you set up on the game board. So you have these. So you have different levels. Obviously, the first level is going to be the $6 one. So you dig from that level. And then from the $8 one. There's some iconography on the bottom here. So these look like they're... I think they're that. Oh, these could be contracts. These are probably the contract ones. That's right. Because it's got dollar value. So you turn in your, your resources here, your copper and iron, coal, it looks like, to get $6. So these are different levels of your contract. So these are the contracts, which makes sense. Yeah, these all require just the same resource. And as you go deeper in levels, contracts are worth more. This one's like a mix on the second level. And they all have varying degrees of levels, so some are easier to complete than others. But I believe you have to complete at least one level every round for it to stay a contract. Otherwise it goes off the board, I think, possibly. So that's gold and coal, so that's 17. So yeah, that's got a whole bunch of resources on it. And it's got a whole bunch too. So this one's got 4 levels on it. So alright, this one's just all iron, it looks like. I mean, all coal. So there you go. So a nice big stack of contracts there. And then here, these are what goes inside the mine right here. Okay. Which makes sense because it looks like it's inside of a mine. So just an example on the card here. First level, so I believe this is the, I want to say it's the coal. You get your first level, so if you went here, you get 1 piece of coal. If you went to this level, you would get 2 pieces of coal. And then this one right here, you need a cage mining cage of level 2. I'll get into the drill bit afterward. And then here you need a mining cage of level 3 to get down to this level. If you didn't have it, the furthest you could go would be right here. So the drill bit, what that allows you to do, say if there's a worker here up top here, say of a certain, orange, say the orange worker was here, and you're the yellow worker and you wanted to go to this level, if you had a drill bit, you could skip ahead of that guy. Otherwise, I don't think you can go ahead of that guy. You have to wait until they get down further until you get behind them. So yeah, so the drill bits allow you to skip ahead of the of a worker who's already a worker or workers that's in the mine, and it shows you the market value there. So this is the coal, yeah, coal right here. And then this is another coal mine. As you can see, this one goes a lot deeper. This one goes all the way to level 3 there. So you need a mining cage of level 3 there to get there. So a lot more resources in this mine. So this one's a lot more plentiful. Then this one's kind of barren. So varying degrees, which is nice. So you never know what's going to come out. So a whole bunch of these. And you get your copper. This is a very deep mine. A little shallower. Very deep again. Nice one here. So a bunch of these. And then you get your gold here. So these are worth, you can see the value is worth more. 8 to 12. And this one's a nice one right here. Oh, this one that goes up to level 2. So this one's both level 2 here. This one's a little shallower. Not many resources in that one. And then you got your iron. So a little, not worth quite as much as the gold, obviously. And there you go there. And now you got your lead. So lead not worth much at all. Just goes from 1 to 4. So not much value in lead. Although you do need it for some contracts. And then you finally have your coal, which I think we started off with. So there you go. All right, and then here you have your summary cards, player aids. So it goes over the different phases I described in the rulebook. So tasking is number 1, collection number 2, and business So basically tasking is where you assign your workers, and if they're already in mines, you can either take them out or put them another level into the mine to get more resources. Then you have collection, where you gather your resources, advanced miners, and replace exhausted mines. So as the mines get exhausted, you replace them with new ones. And then finally the business phase, which is where you're going to do all your contract stuff. Sell contracts, pass first player token clockwise, recall workers. And if they're in a mine, yeah, you have to pay $5 in order to get them out. So that's what you do. So I guess you can't do it on the collection phase. You do it on the tasking phase. You do it on the business phase. You recall workers from a mine, but it'll cost you money if the mine isn't exhausted. Replace all taken contracts and advance the turn. So kind of like a cleanup phase. But pretty straightforward. And then here is endgame scoring. So you get points for victory points in the following order. You add up all the victory points on your contracts. Add up the victory points on all your built buildings. So you can build buildings in this too, which we haven't gotten to yet. For every $10 you receive 1 victory point. So it doesn't pay, so it's not a good return for unused money. So you kind of want to use your money because it's not worth much at the end. Kind of like in Marco Polo, I think it's 10-1 too, generally speaking. And that's not even for everybody in that game. But a lot of games are like that. It's only 1 victory point for 10, so it means you didn't allocate your resources effectively. So you'll also get victory points for your mine cage, either 1 or 2 victory points. So that's the end game scoring. Pretty straightforward there. Gotta learn to look at the camera while I'm showing you the cards. And here, so these look like these are your buildings, just smaller cards, which we have plenty of sleeves for. So we'll be having fun sleeving these, and it looks like some money here. The money is cool in this one. I like the money. It's in cards, not in paper money, which I do not like paper money. I know a lot of people don't. So these are your buildings. So this is a library, so it gives a cost and the resources it's going to take. So this would cost $8 to build, along with two, I think it's lead. And then when built, it gives you a special power. So this one gives you draw an extra, so draw a building card. So each building, and I think it's worth 1 victory point. I think the blue here is the victory points there. So that allows you to, so that's a library. I'll show you a few more of these. A library. Looks like you get a few libraries here. Stockyard. This one costs $5, and I'm not sure exactly what that iconography means. Or. So you can either pay $5 or, so the library was an or also. Oh, and it looks like these libraries get more expensive, some of them. Yeah. So there's different levels of libraries. I didn't see that. This one requires either 3, it looks like coal, or $15. So it looks like they get progressively more expensive. So the first person, probably first come, first serve. Yeah, so this one's a stockyard, gives you a victory point at the end. Either costs $5 or a coal. The next one, same thing. Then, so it's just 2 stockyards. So then you have a concert hall, 2 victory points, $12 or 2 gold. And these ones don't have any special effects. There's a couple of those. And you have a university, $21 or 3 victory points. So you're basically paying for victory points, it looks like here. Foundation. So a lot of these don't have. These are really expensive, but they're worth 4 victory points. And then here, agency. So that tells you the cost here, and it says, when built, you may recruit a worker paying all costs. Ooh, that's good. So that can be kind of expensive, so that's good. And it makes sense thematically. An agency you're going to recruit workers at, or get. And then this one. Yeah, so there's different things in here. So lots of agencies. Slag heap. So a couple of those. And see, when built, sell up to 3 resources at market value. So it kind of like allows you to do extra actions, it looks like. There's a lot of these, but these get really expensive. And you have your office, which allows you to play up to 1 or more building from a hand paying its cost. So they have special abilities and give you victory points. It looks like basically is what the function of buildings are in this game. Boundary. So a lot of these. Forge. This gives you extra iron. So I'm not sure if these are one-time effects or if they're every round, but Smith. So a nice big stack of these. Furnace. Gives you extra coal, which makes sense. Mint, which gives you extra gold. Sales division, which gives you can look at contracts, decks, and keep one and discard the rest. So they all thematically make sense. Rig gives you a drill bit token. Again, they're varying costs. They go up. Factory, gain or upgrade your mine cage, paying all its costs. So that's good. So you can either increase it to a level 2 or level 3 depending upon what you have or what you need. And then you get your factories. I think that's starting over again. Maybe trading post. Turn money into buy up to 2 resources paying the market price twice. That allows you to get extra resources. Alright, and then back to the library. There you go. A stack of the buildings here. And then here are your... Oops, one more building here. Oh, so there was an extra library. So these are your money. So these are the $1 tokens. So see if I get it to focus there. There you go. So those are your $1 ones. A whole bunch of these. And I imagine other denominations are here in this other pack. So we're almost done here. Just got a little bit more to go. Alright, so we get some more ones here. And then you got your 5s. Get that to focus. Very nice though. So a whole bunch of the 5s. Not quite as many as the 1s, obviously. And then you have your 10s. There you go. And then your 20s. And finally, that's it. Just up to 20s. Okay. You get a very nice, let's see what this is. Oh, this is probably for your, put your first player cardboard thing into it. A little standee. Very nice. And then, nice insert in the box here. Show you that. It's a nice, like a mining town, or what your mine looks like. Very nice inside here. I cut into my box a little bit. Alright, and now I will stop for a second, and then I'll show you guys the... Actually, I won't stop. Yeah, I'll stop for a second and show you guys the game board. So I'll be right back. So alright, so here is your game board. Let's see here. Sorry for the shakiness. Trying to get the mic so you can hear me and everything. Alright, so this is the game board. And I'll go up top here. So these are where your mines are going to be placed. Your lead, coal, copper, iron, and gold. So lead goes $1 to $4, coal $2 to $5, copper $3 to $7, iron $5 to $8, and then gold, of course, the most expensive, $8 to $12. And then that's where you're going to put the ore storage in here. So you can grab your ore at the end. And then you have your different places here to go. So this is going to be a recruit, which is where you're going to you place one of each color for all the players. And as you can see here, it costs 20 for the first, 18, 16, 12, and 14 and 12. So the longer you wait, the cheaper your worker gets. But obviously, if you get your worker first, you'll have more turns with it. You'll have an extra meeple there. And then you have your private mine. I didn't think I mentioned that. There were some extra cards here, which I'm not sure exactly where they are right this minute. But they're private mines. which you can get, and only you can go in that mine, so you can get your own mine, and it gives you the cost and everything, so that's pretty cool. And then you have your commodity market, which you can go to. So these are all work replacement spots, like in a regular work replacement game. And I think only one person can go to these. I think there are extra, like the overtime thing allows more than one person to go there. So, which I'll get to. So commodity market, you can buy or sell resources. And I think every player, when you go, that one player goes there, every player gets a chance to do it, but I think it's a lesser action for the other people. Mining cage, that's where you buy your mining cage. Let's go deeper in your mine. That's where you buy your orders, your advanced orders. Your drill bit, which allows you to skip ahead of people, and that's where you put the overtime, depending upon the player count. Gives you an extra spot there. They call it overtime in this. And then your permit office is where you're going to buy permits for your buildings. And then finally down here is where you're going to place all the contract deck, and then all your cooks here. And you'll have 1, 2, 3. It looks like in a 2-player game you'll have 3 contracts set out at one time. In a 3-player game you'll have 4, and then in a 5-player game you'll have all 5 contracts set up. And it looks like there's your round marker on the right. So I think I was right that coal bin is your round marker, and it looks like there's 7 rounds in the game. So definitely a really cool game. Definitely glad to have it. So let me see if I can find. I'll reset the camera here. Oops. Definitely got to get a better stand here, but all right. Let's. All right. So let me find the last card, which I separated at first, but they are the private mine cards, which I know I separated. I'm just not sure where I put them. You can go into by yourself. So that is pretty much it. That is the mining game by Joe McClintock and Jason Lyle Steingesser. Sorry for the mispronunciation. And by Quick, Simple, Fun Games. So definitely looking forward to getting this one to the table, getting our cards sleeved, and trying it out. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming with another board game unboxing. We will see you in the next board game unboxing. We still have a couple more to go, and I'm sure more on the way. So take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next unboxing video. Bye-bye now.